Welcome to the Third Party News for Retro Robot Radio for the date of April 19th, 2014. Okay, here we are for our slightly late April 19th show. We're recording it on the April the 22nd, and I'm here today with my wife, Geri. Say hello, Geri.
Hello.
And we'll be taking a look at some of the latest third-party Transformers news. The first one we're looking at is by Ark Studio, and they've been teasing these silhouettes of small robots. And from the looks of things, they're making smaller versions of some of the Transformers characters in scale with each other for the show. They're being very exact on the scaling. But they're not showing much more than silhouettes and group show photos like you can see here. So probably not much for you to be interested in that one. Do you like the basic outlook of these robots?
Sort of plain. I mean, like you said, I can't really tell.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll learn more about them in the future. This is from Ark Studios, and it's their line called the Disguiser Z. Very intriguing piece. VIP. Alright, the next story we have is from BMOG Toys, and they've shown off some test shots. Now, a test shot is when they finish making the mold for the toy, and they just inject some plastic into it to see if the toy fits together right. And then if it fits together right, they go ahead. If it has some small problems, they can still tweak the mold before they go ahead and run the final toys. So these are the test shots, and that's supposed to be a robot bear.
Is it that the size it's going to be?
Yes, it's just a small robot bear they're making. But it breaks down into pieces, and you can assemble the pieces in different ways, and they come up with a few examples of that. Let's see. Here is a chicken they made out of it.
Okay, that's different.
And this is the scan clops that they made out of a couple of bear and manta ray parts.
Is that the bear head on his shoulder?
Yes. So you see they just put them together in different ways and make different robots out of them.
That's wacky.
Here's a bunny rabbit they made. It has a hammer for a head.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yes. It's called the Smack Rabbit. So anyway, they're trying to be a little cute with all these neat ideas for different ways you can assemble these toys. As you can see here, they also have photos of several different colors and sticker varieties. And some artwork for the box we see there. There's the stickers that come with them. And here are some previews of the toys in their basic mode. It's supposed to be a manta ray and a bear.
Alright.
Now, one of the things that BMOG Toys have announced recently is anyone who got in on the Kickstarter project, which is how they funded it by having people order it ahead of time, and then that order money paid for the molds.
Okay.
Anyone who donated to that is going to get an extra set of stickers so they can make up their own unique toy out of it by taking the toy and putting some different stickers on it. So that's a little bonus they're going to be sending out.
Okay.
These are those stickers, and you can only get those if you are part of the project to get it started. There's the regular stickers that you get if you just buy it at the store. That's when they put two bears and two manta rays together to make a giant bear. So anyway, we all look forward to seeing what is going to be coming out next. But right now they have the bear and the manta ray as the first two toys. And they have other animals coming down the line. Now the next one we'll be looking at is from Custom Robots. Custom Robots makes these non-transforming, very articulated little, I don't know if you call them action figures, statues, of Transformers characters. They're made to be compatible with a Japanese toy line called Revoltech. And basically, they're cute, but they don't transform. This is one toy that's coming out, and it has two different color versions. That's Wheeljack and Slicer.
Oh, so that's it. It doesn't do anything else?
Well, the arms move and the legs move, but it doesn't turn into anything because that's the whole point of this line, is to make them very, very articulated and pretty, but they don't actually do any transforming.
Okay.
Personally, I don't get them, but some people like them. And here's another toy they'll be doing in two different colors it's coming out in. That's Sunstreaker and Diaclone Sunstreaker.
That sort of looks like Iron Man.
Yeah. You're right. It does look like Iron Man.
Thank you.
Now, another new company coming out is called DMY Studio, and they've announced this little upgrade kit. This upgrade kit is for the deluxe classic Optimus Prime toy, and it replaces the head with one that doesn't look so dopey as the one that came with it. Gives it a cooler looking gun, and for some reason a axe with a giant ball on it.
You gotta have one of those.
Oh yeah. Alright, Dr. Wu, who makes gun accessories and that sort of thing for Transformers toys, came out with some concept art of recolors of some of their other guns, and these are just different color ideas they had. For this gun's already come out, but they said, okay, we could put it black with the gray bolts just for a common look, or they have a gold version of that same gun, they have a silver version of that gun, and they got the blue version. They were just wondering what fans thought people would like
the
to
blue.
see. Yeah, I was looking at the gold one. I thought it was pretty neat. I was thinking it looks nice for Thunder Clash, which is a transforming toy that came with a gold rifle that basically fell apart and broke out as soon as you opened the package, because they used a crappy plastic when they made it. So I was thinking that would be a neat replacement for that. Now here we have FansToys have announced their latest figure for the Iron Diebots, which I guess is the Dinobots. Number 2 is this figure called Soar, who is based on the Generation 1 character Swoop. Turns from a robot into a Pteranodon.
Like his little hat thing.
Yes, he does have a neat little hat. Now they came up with 2 different color variations of this. The one's red, and another one is blue. Depending on if you want one that looks more like the toy or how it was in the show, because for some reason they didn't have them the same color in the toy in the show.
Like
so people could pick which one they really liked.
Okay.
They've also given these teasers here. The first toy that's just coming out, Scoria and Soar, and then these are 3 other ones that are coming down the line.
Okay.
Now, anyone who knows Transformers will know that this one is the third one is Snarl, the 4th one is Sludge, and the 5th one is Grimlock. So I think fans can look forward to those. Here's a prototype image as well.
It's kind of doing a disco move there.
Yes, he is. Now, Fan Style have announced a toy they're coming out with. This is an add-on kit for one of Takara's releases lately. Takara released a Masterpiece Prowl toy, which is basically a very highly detailed, expensive version of the figure, a little bit larger than usual. But one of the problems with it is it doesn't have very articulated hands, and some people like to be able to have hands that they can put in all sorts of positions. You know, so they can flip the bird and then take a picture of it for the internet. So this company called Fan Style has been teasing that they're going to come out with a set of replacement hands. Now these aren't going to be red when they are finished. This is just the test shots again. It's actually going to come with extra screws and a screwdriver so you can install them.
That is deluxe.
You see, they're going to come up with different versions of it in different colors.
That looks like a real pain.
Yes, well, these are the installation instructions, as they say.
I'm bored with it. I wouldn't. No.
You don't feel like putting new hands on your toy robot?
No, I don't.
Okay. Now, a company called Guilty has announced this set right here. It's supposed to be a crown and an arm and a rifle for some existing Transformers figures. They fit on the Fall of Cybertron Starscream and the Fall of Cybertron Jazz toys.
So I can see like the Jazz toys is kind of fancy, so it's like a fancy crown.
Well, this crown's for Starscream.
Oh, okay. That's kind of nice. Is it like jeweled?
I don't think so. I think in the video game he wore the crown once when he tried to take over the Decepticon, so that was just kind of a cool thing to add on to the figure. The figure had that too.
Well, could I like bedazzle it?
Yes, you can bedazzle Starscream's crown. I'm sure he'd think that was fabulous.
Awesome.
Marveler からレオパルドンにチェンジ。行くぞマシンベル。スパイダーマンが送る完全変化デラックス超合金レオパルドンポピーより発売中。
welcome to Third Party News for Retro Robot Radio for the date of April 19th, 2014, Part 2. And now, on with the show. Now, this one you may be familiar with.
I am familiar. That is an awesome name, if I do say so.
Yeah, it's called the Pentalion.
And can I ask you who named that?
I have no idea.
That would be me.
Oh, that's right. Yes, the Pentalion set from Keith's Fantasy Club. It's being released in the United States as an exclusive by WK Toys. And it will have 5 different robotic lions who each turn into microcassettes. They all combine into the powerful Pentacube. And these are all based on the Voltron lions. But you remember Voltron from the 1980s, don't you?
Well, no, I don't.
All right.
Okay, then. I'm waiting for my royalties to be coming in for that.
Oh, you should just be happy that your name's on the wiki over at wikialpha.org.
Oh, cool.
All right, so this is a test shot that Megasteel came up with for one of their figures that's coming out. It's meant to look like Generation 1 Blaster. It's actually a shrunken down remold of Masterpiece Soundwave done to look like Blaster. And it's neat, but I think it's way too small and expensive because this thing costs like $80 and it's only about 6-7 inches tall.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty toy, but just not what I'm looking for. And here are the pieces that they built it out of. Looks like a model kit. Now they could sell it as a model kit for like, a quarter of that price, and maybe I'd put one together for fun.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, now the next image I wanted to show you is I found this one on a archive of one of the guys who works for TFC Toys. Evidently, back when they were designing one of their early Transformers, this one was called X-Graver, they built the first prototype using Legos as to how they wanted the character to look. And this is the Lego version, and that's what the final toy ended up looking like.
I like the Lego version, actually.
But I thought that was very neat that they actually did the basic designing of that toy in Lego, and then eventually made it into a real plastic toy.
That's cool.
A real plastic toy.
I like the little, go back to the little guy in the diaper thing.
Yeah, there's a little man driving X-Graver for some reason. I was reading on the blog where they posted this image, and the guy who designed this took this off to a convention, and it said that he was sad because he could only display it in one mode at a time, and he couldn't be there to change it, so people wouldn't believe that it actually transformed from robot to steam shovel, unless he was right there.
That is mysterious.
Well, I mean, who else would believe that it transforms?
It's baffling
You would
to
just
me
think it's a
even
Lego
now.
steam shovel or a Lego robot, but it's an
yeah.
actual transformer.
Yep.
So that was a neat little experiment he did. And you can see it ended up giving us X-Graver.
Ta-da.
Now, this is an image from the new company called Shadow Samurai League. The Shadow Samurai League has this toy coming out called Vetorn, the LF-01. It's coming soon. And I took this image and I put it into Paint.net. You're familiar with Paint.net?
I am.
And I tried to see if I could enhance it so you could see it a little better. And this is what I came up with.
Cool.
So you actually can see that there's some detail to this. Looks like a prototype of some type. And the toy itself seems to be based on the Megatron character from the IDW Stormbringer comic book.
But more importantly, he's holding an Astropop.
Yes. Now, this is a new image that just came out by Warbotron. They have a toy coming out called Heavy Noisy.
Okay.
Anyway, Heavy Noisy is their version of Generation 1 Brawl. And it's a combiner that turns from a tank into a robot, and then it becomes a leg of a really big robot. But it's cool.
Ages 15 plus.
Well, yeah, you don't like kids playing with this thing. Alright, here's a company called Wukong. Wukong has announced that they're going to make their Dark Samurai product, which basically is the Transformers movie Battle Blade Bumblebee toy in metallic paint.
Oh,
now, oddly enough, Takara also announced that they're going to make movie Bumblebee, Battle Blade Bumblebee with metallic paint. So I'm not sure how much this is really going to be interesting people. Plus, there's just the darn fact that Hasbro makes enough Bumblebee figures that no one really needs to make extra.
I say that to you all the time.
Yeah.
Like everywhere I look, Bumblebees. Just
seriously.
I'm done.
Yeah. So if you're interested in yet another Bumblebee, Wukong Toys. Alright, X2 Toys have shown off some little teasers. This is the unassembled pieces for their upcoming Autobot Clones figure. Looks
So
like
this is supposed to make me want to go buy it.
yeah, well, they're putting it together piece by piece. They're showing people what they came up with. First, their first images were like very vague outlines. Then they showed like a pile of pieces.
You know what I want to do with it? I want to vacuum it up.
Okay, well now they're showing a pile of pieces that's vaguely in the shape of a robot. I don't know, there's arms, there's legs, there's a head. So eventually they might actually get to showing us what the toy looks like, which would be really nice.
Oh, yeah.
X2 Toys make some good stuff too, but they're teasers. Drag on and on and on.
Goodness.
Here's some other pieces. You can see these clones, Autobot clones, are basically two robots that look identical, but one turns into a jet and the other one into a car. So, now X-Transbots has been teasing some of their toys that will be coming out soon. This is Ollie and Sonic.
Excuse me, Ollie?
Ollie.
Is Ollie the yellow guy?
Yeah, Ollie's the orange guy.
That's orange. He's kind of cute. I feel like his little chiseled look and his intense eyes.
And he carries a slingshot.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Ollie is supposed to be Generation 1 Wheelie, where Sonic is basically a slight remold and recolor of the same toy, only he's made to look like the GoBots character Turbo.
Okay.
And these will be coming out from X-Transbots very soon. And there's a little extra picture of Sonic there. And one of Ollie. Alright, so these are the images we have this week. Now, Geri, can you tell us which ones left an impression on you?
I think I'm gonna go with Ollie.
Oh, you like Ollie?
I do.
Was it just the name or the...
I think it's the name. It's kind of endearing.
You like the little...
Poor little Ollie.
You like the little,
yeah.
Little baseball cap brim on his head, or...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to finding Ollie under the Christmas tree this year.
How much is he?
Oh, I think he's like $50.
Okay, not so much.
Okay, we won't get him under the tree this year.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. And before we go, I wanted to make sure to mention that tomorrow is Geri and I's 10th wedding anniversary, and we'll be celebrating. And we wanted to thank everybody for listening to our show together that we put together here. Geri has been a very supportive Transformers wife.
Oh,
for our wedding, she got me the Masterpiece Optimus Prime toy as a wedding gift. On our honeymoon, she bought me Power Master Optimus Prime as a honeymoon gift when we were in Florida together. And it's just been one wonderful thing after the next for 10 years. We have a displays because of her. She helps me out with this podcast, and she always encourages me to follow my dreams.
I'm sorry.
That's code for picking up my mess. But, you know.
Sorry I told you to take the Transformers out of the bathroom.
Yeah, well.
Okay. It's been a joy with you.
I'm glad you were here with me. Everybody take care. Bye.
Bye.
As a bonus this week, we'll be providing the character sheet for Keith's Fantasy Club Citizen Stack figure written up in the Transformers role-playing game rules. You can find the download link on our YouTube page in the show notes. This week's news brought to you from the pages of tformers.com and TFW 2005. News read by Matthew Ignash. Be sure to check out our YouTube page at Retro Robot Radio and leave a comment. And check out the third-party TF Crashers on Facebook.